Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to set up a Finale document using Finale Notepad 2012. This information applies to most of the Finale software that's been updated. So here we go. Here we have a blank page. This is what you're going to get when you first open the document, the program. So usually when you first open it, you'll have a screen like this pop up. This is where the document setup wizard, this is where you start creating the document. Here it gives you an option to enter a title right here and the composer. So I'm just going to title this New Piece and I'll leave composer blank. Both of these fields are optional. Here you can choose the page size. I normally go with letter because that's how it prints out, and you can choose it to display as portrait or landscape. I'm going to click portrait here, and you can click next. Here is where you set up and add or delete instruments, as it says right here. You can go through and click these different categories to see different instruments open up here. When you find the instruments you want, you can click on them, and then you click add, and it'll add that instrument to your list. You can also highlight the one you want and click remove. With the addition of Notepad I'm using right now, it only allows you to add 8 different instruments. Higher up versions like the normal Finale, like Print Music, all allow you to add more instruments. But here, let's add a few right now. And how about percussion? Alright, so you see here it automatically orders them based on score order. If you want to order them a separate, different way, what you can do is uncheck this box here, score order box, and then let's say I want the euphonium to be higher than the flute on the score order box. I click on euphonium and these little arrows on the side and click up, or if I want to put it below the snare drum, I can bring it down and you can order it that way. So it's fairly simple. So once you have what you want, the ensemble that you want, and in the order that you want it to be, you can click next. And it'll bring you to this screen where you pick your time signature, starting key signature, and number of measures you want to start out with. You can, in most versions of Finale, you can change all of this information later. And you can also, if you want to change time signatures or key signatures halfway through the piece, you can do that with the higher versions of Finale. For now, we'll just say I want my piece in 3/4, so I'll click the 3/4 button. I want my concert piece to be in, we'll say, A major. Now there's this little drop down box here that's pretty cool, and it will let you choose your minor keys. So Richard's A major will go to F sharp minor, or I can change it back if I want to. Here's the number of measures that you want to start out with. You can always add more measures later. You don't have to have it calculated right now. Normally, I like to start with 50. Now give me 50 measures straight off the bat. Alright, and then when you're done, you click finish. It should load up right here for you. Now, you can always edit these fields here that you chose earlier by clicking text and double clicking over it. Oh no, that's wrong, sorry. There we go. You click on the little box that comes up when you click text. Sorry about that. And you do that, and you can type in there. Also, you can a handy tool for this is up in here. You go to the view, or you go in the document box. Sorry about that. And you go display in concert pitch, and it'll show all of your parts in concert pitch, which is really handy. Well, I already have only concert pitch instruments here, but if I had a clarinet here, it'd show in concert pitch. And that comes in really handy when you're working on a piece. I always like to make sure that's on whenever I write because I don't like transposing, but it's really up to the individual. And then after that, you can do all your editing while you're writing and save the piece, and you got your file.